July 17th was International Justice Day. IDLO fully supports the ICC's efforts to ensure that justice is realized in a fair and effective manner, and that the rights of victims of major human rights violations are fully realized in the process. We're here with Dr. Ilaria Bottigliero of IDLO's Research and Learning Department to discuss. What do we need to do to ensure that access to justice for major crimes is realized?
Yes, it's a difficult question because obviously justice for any type of crime is something that is at the core of victims' needs. However, when we are talking about major violations such as genocide, war crimes, crimes against humanity, the essence of justice and the quality of justice delivered becomes even more essential. We need to make sure that victims of major human rights violations, as those included in the Rome Statute for the International Criminal Court, experience quality justice and have access to fair and effective systems to ensure proper redress for the suffering they have had.
And how can this be applied at the local level?
Yes, at the local level, we need to make sure that victims of major human rights violations are able to access proper justice systems. This is part, in fact, of the principle of complementarity of the International Criminal Court, which ensures that local justice institutions need to be able and willing to deliver quality justice for victims. Well, in practice, it means that at the local level, we need to make sure that justice institutions are properly set up and have the proper tools to deliver high-quality justice. And this goes hand in hand with the process of capacity building of local courts, with the process of capacity building of judges, of lawyers, of justice professionals, and at the same time with the process of building the capacity of courts to provide equitable redress for victims of violations.
And how can victims then be empowered to receive justice for major crimes?
Yes, this is also very sensitive questions because unlike other types of crimes, these are major instances having to do with the process of peace building of a whole country which has been traumatized by genocide, by war crimes, by crimes against humanity. And generally what you have is large numbers of victims trying to access some judicial remedies or quasi-judicial remedies. So it is not easy to empower or to provide that type of mechanism that allows large number of victims to come together and obtain redress mechanisms. Well, it's a long process. It requires a lot of effort on the part of the community, the local community, in terms of starting the healing process and making sure that these victims are heard, making sure that the tensions that preceded the crimes are no longer there, or at least are addressed in a proper manner. But it also requires efforts on the part of the international community because obviously these processes have to be owned at the local level, and there is a great degree of local ownership involved. But it is also in the interest of the international community as a whole to consider these issues as a matter of international concern. So victims' issues should not be relegated to the local level, and they are not only a matter of local concern, but because these major crimes are a matter of international concern, victims' issues must become a matter of international concern as well. So they have to be dealt with both at the local level and at the international level. And for sure, the standards that need to be applied to victims' issues need to be international standards.